I've been on the hunt for cozy desk accessories, ones that are aesthetic and functional while also being really fun and minimal. I would say that I'm in my home office space for a lot of my time during the week, so it was really important for me to craft a really cozy and inviting space that inspires me to be creative. I've been making desk setup and productivity content on my channel for 2 years now. Throughout my journey, I always felt like a lot of the accessories that I was using didn't really fit my own design preferences. So that's what inspired me to make my own, and that's what led me to creating my family business, Cozyleigh Studios. So last year we released our first product, which was a magnetic desk mat. And I'm so happy to share that we're releasing our second product now, which is a MagSafe Charger Stand. This is the Cozyleigh Zen MagSafe Charger Stand. So if this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. I'm 𝗬𝗍, and I'm actually a software engineer and designer. Over the past year, I welcomed in the challenge of product design. I'm always trying to challenge myself and try new things. I think it's what makes life exciting. So welcoming in the challenge of doing product design, coming from a more digital world, is really exhilarating to me. It's just been a lot of fun and a lot of things to learn. So that leads into the question of why a MagSafe Charger Stand? And what inspired the design. So I'm a pretty big gamer, and I spend most of my nights unwinding by playing video games. And I always ran into this consistent problem every night where my phone was about to die while I'm playing a video game. And for me, this was really frustrating because I always wanted to look at my phone while I'm playing a game. So if I'm searching a guide or looking up an item, it was really handy to have my phone at hand while playing. So normally I would charge my phone with a cable, but I always ran into the problem where I couldn't prop up my phone so that I could see the screen while it was being charged with the cable. So then I got a MagSafe charger, but that didn't really solve the problem of me needing to prop up my phone. So that's what prompted me to look into MagSafe charger stands. But none of them really fit my design language. And that's actually where the inspiration behind this product came from. I think the most exciting part about discovering a problem is brainstorming a solution. My boyfriend Tristan is actually an engineer, and one of our favorite things to do together as a couple is design and engineer stuff together. So when I first posed this problem, one of the first things we asked ourselves was, what do we want to bring to the table? So what I wanted to bring to the table was a MagSafe charger stand that fit our Cozyleigh ecosystem with the magnetic desk mat, but also had a really interesting, calming design. So in the digital world where things can be so chaotic, so much information, and everyone being glued to their phones, I thought having a MagSafe charger stand would really be great so that our phones could have a home, a designated spot where we can place our phones and feel more relaxed and more digitally minimal. I really wanted the design language to reflect this. I was really inspired by Zen gardens. I always really loved how peaceful and minimal Zen gardens look. A lot of the designs that you search, if you search Zen garden, has a little stone or a pebble in the center of a circle with a bunch of waves. And I had this idea when brainstorming with Tristan that the pebble in the middle could actually be the MagSafe charger. That is how this design was born. The stand part is a continuation of the waves, and the circle grounds you and makes you feel at peace and makes you really focus on what's important in life, which is your happiness. So that's the inspiration behind the design. Once we had this design, it was time to mood board and put all these ideas together and then start 3D modeling. So once we finished the first draft of our design, it was then time to bring it to life. And we were so excited to get started on this with 3D printing. But turns out 3D printing isn't as simple as just hitting the print button and expecting things to magically work. Something that we learned pretty early on is that nothing is perfect when you first try it. When we printed our first prototype, the first thing that we overlooked was the size of the cable. It literally did not fit. So it was back to the drawing board where we had to work on another prototype. Now that we got the cable size right and it actually fit inside the stand, we then realized there was a different problem. We found that the magnetization of our stand was either too strong, too little, and we have yet to find the one that's just right. so it was back to printing again. We had to add the perfect amount of space for the right amount of magnetization. And then finally, we found the one that was just right. But then we found another problem. How are people going to use the MagSafe Charger Stand if they don't have our desk mat? We didn't want people to put their phones on our stand if they don't have a desk mat, only for the stand to topple over. So then it was back to printing again. We added some weights, made the base taller, and then it was able to stand on its own. Then there was another problem, the camera bumps on the phones. Apple, for some reason, keeps increasing the size of the camera bumps, and we really needed to make sure that our stand did not interfere with that in any way. So then we had to revisit the design of the puck to make sure that the iPhone camera bump does not interfere. Over the course of 8 months, there were so many different prototypes, iterations, so many lessons learned. It's a journey that seems so simple on the outside, but in the inside, there were a lot of different tweaks and fine-tuning to craft the perfect experience and a cozy design. Thinking back on this 8-month journey is very emotional. Being able to create a product that people out there can enjoy and really feel happy when they look at it and use it is such a gratifying experience. And the best part for me is I get to work very closely with my family. So that brings us to the final question. How do we bring this to you guys? So many of you guys have been asking for the charger stand ever since I was sneak peeking it last year. It's one story to make something only once, but it's a whole different story having to make something hundreds of times. You have to make sure that your process is perfect, if it's sustainable, and if you're going to be able to make the best quality products. We're making all of these ourselves in our home, and it's very important for us to focus on the quality and make something really amazing out of Cozyleigh Studios. Creating the final version of the MagSafe charging stand, one that we're really happy and proud of, has been such a journey. The sale for the MagSafe charging stand is this Friday, August 18th, and we plan to have multiple sales more frequently throughout the year. We're releasing them in 6 different colors, and we really wanted to theme this sale as a summer event, so all of these are very summer, lively, and fun colors. And we are already exploring colors for fall, more earthy tones, colors that make you feel really cozy and warm for fall. So if you're interested in our Cozyleigh journey, make sure you subscribe and follow along. If you made it to the end of this video, comment down below with a rock emoji and let me know if you enjoyed seeing our product design journey. Anyway, thank you guys so much again. All the sale details are going to be below in the description. Be sure to follow Cozyleigh Studios on Instagram if you're interested. Thank you so much for following along my journey. With that being said, stay cozy and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!